Happy Saturday, everybody, and happy Clash at the Castle. Another PLE from the WWE when the Peacock is in the books. And a lot of people can't decide whether or not they can't decide whether they need caffeine to stay awake or a little weed to come down from that. Because it's a mixed bag of reviews online about this PLE. My name's Johnny Bottles. Welcome to the Squared Circle Maniacs Pro Wrestling Podcast. To my left, Dr. Don Wayne, the neckbeard psychologist from Twitter. Real quick, please, if you like our content on this channel, if you've seen our videos before, please give us a like. Give us a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything. Please subscribe. We're at 800 right now. We're trying to get to the promised land of 1,000 if we possibly can. It's a long, arduous climb up that hill, and we're hoping we can do it. And it doesn't cost anything to subscribe, my friends. Nothing whatsoever. No one's going to pester you about anything whatsoever. Unless you hit that little bell down below. Hey, give us a ring-a-ling on the ding-a-ling, and that will let you know whenever we're having an impromptu podcast, like we are right now. Although we did announce this. We did announce Thursday's show. We did announce it. But we usually don't do Saturday shows. Don, what do you got for us?
I just sat through that pay-per-view, this PLE, however you want to call it. It's a PLE, that's what it is.
Yes.
And I'm not gonna give away the show. I want to review this thing and give it what it needs, but there's a few problems with the product right now, as far as I can see. Everything doesn't have to be a goddamn 25-minute marathon. I don't need that. I don't want that. Give me more matches with fewer times. Tell your story, get the hell in, get the hell out, and get on with life. I do not need you to keep doing this horse shit. That's why I stopped watching, because you guys want to keep doing this shit. That and bad storylines. That's one thing. This was just some of these matches. Oh my God, get it over with. You are putting pins under my fingernails watching some of these matches. Stop doing this shit. Stop trying to be AEW. I don't need it for every match. I just don't need it.
The show needed 3 more matches to fill it out.
I felt like it needed at least 2. And cut off, we're going to talk about where I want to cut some of this shit short. Also, stop with all the extra shit outside of the ring and matches that don't need it. You've got a perfectly good story to tell. Primarily, the first one out the gate was just amazing. Right out the gate. Right? Mm-hmm. Didn't need another damn hat on a hat, as they say. Didn't need another gimmick. And out come the tables and the horse shit. And we're going to get to all that. But stop with all the extra bullshit that's not needed. These guys can give you a quality wrestling match. I know. I've seen them do it. They did it 2 months ago. It's just not warranted, and it's not needed. By the way, super chats are open. If you've got something you want to comment on this show, please tell me what I'm telling lies, as he says. Tell me where I'm wrong in this. Stop giving me all this extra nonsense and just give me a straight story sometimes. Too much of this got too convoluted too fast. Way out of control.
It's like the old Jefferson Starship song, pal. Knee deep in the hoopla. We were knee deep in hoopla where we didn't need to be. A lot of bullshit going on. A lot of bullshit, from the loud crowd to the seaside chants. They were singing out there in the crowd, which they do that there in their soccer games, guys. They sit in the crowd and sing songs, and that's how the Seven Nation Army got adopted by the White Stripes as a soccer chant, and it made its way to the United States and all the football stadiums all around the world. So
the European crowds bother the shit out of you, don't they?
They take the shit out of me. Smackdown last night, AJ's trying to cut a promo in the ring, and I got surround sound, so 5.1 surround feed coming through, and I'm going, what? I'm cranking this volume up slowly but surely, and I couldn't hear what he was saying until he finally gave a break when he mentioned another company that Cody Rhodes founded and left.
Yeah,
and quit. But we'll talk about that later.
That's my overall view of this show. And the first thing out the gate was Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. And I wrote this down in my notes right now. I was actually shocked this opened the show, to be quite honest. I was kind of stunned that they had the undisputed champion start this thing off. And I wrote this down. The European crowd is completely out of its mind. It's unhinged. It's unglued. They're nuts. They just sing. Look, I'll say this much, okay? You might not like them because they sing the songs and do the shit. At least they're better than half the American crowds right now that are sitting on their goddamn hands, not making a peep. Just, it's embarrassing at times how quiet these crowds are in America. Do something. At least they're also boys.
And also, these crowds are starved for professional wrestling live. They don't get a lot of these international stars coming through. They get all the Great Britain indies coming through, and they're never in the stadiums. They're always in, their equivalent of bingo halls and stuff like that. So,
I also got a notification before this PLE kicked off. Guess how many tickets went unsold for this thing?
Don't know, Don.
2. They 2 whole tickets went unsold. Thank you, Media Boy UK, for that. He sent me the screenshot. He was like, you guys might want to see this. 2 tickets went unsold. That's incredible to me that they sold that many damn tickets for a show like this, and it might be the last time they get a chance to do that.
At those prices? Those prices are
especially at those prices. They were completely out of their minds.
Holy wallet, Batman. Holy sticker shock. Whatever. So the first match.
This was the match I was talking about that just didn't need all the extra shit that they put into it. They brought out the tables. They had a handcuff segment. They fought all over the building, which I don't mind in a I Quit match, right? That's what you're supposed to have in an I Quit match, is fighting all over the arena, using whatever's out there, using whatever you can find to make the guy say, I quit. You don't, however, have the handcuff shit. I always get agitated with handcuffs, number one. Every time somebody breaks out a set of handcuffs, it drives me crazy. Because if anybody's ever been arrested, you know, they're going to have to hold your ass to put them on. And half the time it's like, oh, I'm barely fighting you off. It's just not a good spot in wrestling. If you've got 2 guys doing it to you, it's fine. When it's one guy, it's tired. It's an old act. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I hate the handcuff spot in this entire show. And they did it not once, but twice. They did it twice, Bottles. Mm-hmm. God almighty.
This feud, Cody Rhodes has cooled off for me. He may be the most over guy at professional wrestling. Well, he's not the most over guy in professional wrestling. He's the most over babyface in professional wrestling today. I don't care what organization you're in. He's the most over babyface in professional wrestling. MJF, he's a tweener. And he's pretty well over, that guy is. But to perform on an international level, like Cody Rhodes is doing, be a Mr. Good Guy Cody, everything he does behind the scenes, also in front of the camera, he's the most over babyface, but he's also the most boring babyface. He bores me to tears now. After all that high drama leading up to WrestleMania with The Rock and the Bloodline, Roman, Solo, the whole crew, Seth Rollins, Heyman, the Hall of Fame, all the drama leading up to WrestleMania. And now it feels like I just went to a great party. It feels like I went to a Brooks and Dunn concert last night and drank my weight in alcohol. And then I woke up in the morning, I'm going, what is this? What are we going to do now? Let's get out of here. Oh, I got a hangover from WrestleMania, and I have no cure for it. I want something big. I want something flashy going on, and this show wasn't it for me. I enjoyed the last Clash in the Castle bunches, but I didn't like this one at all. I liked the main event. That was it. And I like the fact I'll cover what I also like when we go into the next matches. But okay. That's how I felt about the Cody Rhodes match. He needs AJ. If I never see AJ Styles again, for a while, I'll be happy. Go to TNA, win that championship, and bring it back over. Go ahead, Don. I'm sorry. Thank
you all for tuning in today on Saturday. We do appreciate it. If you're new here, hit that like, hit that subscribe, notifications button. Super chats are open. If you've got something you want to say, let us know. Put it in bucks. Not asking for a lot. $1 all I need, man. I want to talk to you guys too. Here's the issue. The smart marks got stupid when Cody Rhodes showed the picture of his mom traveling overseas, and they all went crazy with it. And he was working them. I mean, you fell for it, yeah. But he was working them. He was working
Mama Rhodes on a pole. Mama Rhodes on a pole match.
He was working you guys, man. He was working you guys. Now, the real question is, where does AJ Styles go from here? He's got to go away. I don't think he's going to retire. Maybe he says, that's it. This is my last shot. He has a retirement match. I don't know. I don't know that I want to see this for a third time, to be quite honest. I'm not as out of it with Cody Rhodes as you are right now. I'm just not. I'm still enjoying what he's doing. Now, I say all that to say this. The end of the match was good enough without having all of that other horse shit that came in midway. For about 15 minutes in this match, it didn't need to happen. Cody Rhodes had him pinned in with, again, the handcuffs on the ropes, right? If you're going to do the handcuff spot, which I'm not a big fan of, I've said, you do it once. You don't do it twice. The babyface doesn't get him, and then the heel gets tied up. It doesn't work that way. You do it one damn time.
Clarify one thing for me, Don. An I Quit match, if the man who's got the microphone shoved in his face by the referee can't answer if he quits or not, isn't the match over? You're coughing much better today.
Yeah, it's been a long weekend. Look, I didn't like that spot either, with Cody Rhodes supposedly passing out. Like I said, all the shit going on in between this match was convoluted and unnecessary.
My cigar smoke getting to you? Is that what it is?
It is a little bit, yeah.
Sorry. I'll blow it over this way.
But yet, no, it's just too convoluted, man. I didn't get this. And we're going to talk about it in the next match as well, because that shit had some convoluted nonsense. If he's passed out, that's the end of the match. He did not respond. That's it.
Over. They're rewriting history now.
Yeah, it was sloppy. It wasn't well thought out. Good God. It was, here's the theme of this show, Bottles. Everything was overproduced and overthought. Everything from how they start to how they finish and everything in between. Way too overproduced in every aspect.
I said to myself and the dogs while I was watching this show, I said to myself, this looks like I'm watching a movie, a wrestling match that's in a TV show or a movie. That's what it's like what I'm watching. Something that was produced by Hollywood with all the shtick and the hoopla. And yeah, I don't know, Don. Like you said, overproduced, and I agree 100%.
The best part, though, was the chair. He's got him tied up, the steel steps, and he gets the steel steps, and he screams, that's it, I quit. I don't want to get bashed in the head. Cody then goes ahead and whacks him with the steel chairs anyway, because apparently I missed something on SmackDown where the commentator said something effective. Does Cody Rhodes have that meanness in him when it's going to be needed? And that was sort of like his point out is, I'm not always going to be the nice guy that you see. So I thought that was a nice little touch to go out. As he's leaving, something I did not see coming, the bloodline starts kicking the shit out of him out of nowhere. So apparently we're about to get back into this. So apparently the bloodline is coming for that ass now. Now we're starting to ramp that back up. Which, by the way, the bloodline needs it more than Cody Rhodes does, quite frankly, to keep that thing worth a shit. That's just the truth. It's lost so much of what it was just a few months ago. Without the head of the table, it's not the same. It's not the same group.
You've got a faction that's composed of an NXT graduate and two mid-card New Japan guys. That's what it is. Two guys from New Japan, the Tonga brothers. The Tongas. Then we're going to have another one coming in. There's going to be another Tonga brother, another son of Haku coming in. The two sons of Haku, and now the third one's coming in. He's going to be close to 7 feet tall. Picture a Tongan or Samoan, big Cass. So, that's what you've got coming in. But did you see Orton? Did you see Orton looking over Cody's shoulder while he had the belt?
Yeah, I did. There it is.
Dude,
Bottles, I hate to say it, but we've been good. We've been nailing some of these now.
They tell stories in the littlest details. They foreshadow things that are coming up. And I dig it. They're actually letting the TV writers that he employed for years write TV.
However, get away from whatever the hell this shit was in this match. Don't ever do that shit again. Take whatever this was, take it out back, burn it, and when you're done burning it, bury it so that no one ever does this shit again. You don't need tables and stairs and handcuffs and all this shit when you have got a stipulation like only I Quit match. Stop. So that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm done with this. This was,
Two big
as far as Cody Rhodes go, this was the worst thing I've seen him do in the past year and a half, easily.
I would have
you're right.
to give
That's
this
two big
match
stars.
from 4 to 1, a scale of 4 to 1, 4 being the best. I would give this, because of the two big stars, I'd give this 2 Hot Pockets.
I think that's fair.
That's what I would say.
Out next, you had Dunn and Alba versus Zoe and Shayna and Bianca and Jade. And I just
Would you say Dunn? Roddy Dunn?
Yes, Roddy Dunn came on again.
Boot
Scoot Boogie.
Boogie. Ah, Ronnie, what are you saying about the Boot Scoot Boogie?
Out here in Scotland, past the country limit line.
Isla Dawn, not Isla Dunn. You can, God damn it, man. It's not even a Japanese name.
I don't even care. She means nothing to me.
She means a lot to a certain guy that watches this show, and he's always on the IWC. You know who I'm talking
about. Dawn. Well, I'm going to have to get her no name because there's a whole big outbreak of what the hell just happened here. This caught my attention when it happened. I said, this is what I wrote down. It was a weird 3-way. I've never seen a 3-way tag match like this. Have you?
A weird 3-way.
Well, look, I don't know what you're into, but I'm talking about the 3-way match we watched. This was different in that they were all 3 in the ring at the same time. I've never seen this before.
I don't think the Scottish girls got that memo because they were outside the ring at the beginning of the match more than they were inside the ring. So I don't think they got that memo. But they finally, somebody probably smartened them up. Hey, you got to be in the ring right now. One of you two legal have to be in the ring. It used to be when they have a 3-way match, any team can tag anybody.
Oh, yeah, we forgot about one thing about the Cody Rhodes part because it was such an albatross. The blood segment.
Was that hard way? Because he had a huge
No. It was completely fake blood. You could see it was fake blood. I hated it. It was a terrible spot. I actually probably put it in my Rocky 5 file. It was so bad I never want to watch it or remember it ever again. It was that bad. It was a juice jammer of a segment.
A juice jammer of a segment.
Yeah, jam it in my face real quick. Hopefully everybody, because when he got in the ring, it was bright red. It looked fake as shit. Like I said, I don't want to get into it, but it was terrible. For everybody that says we don't ever.
There.
Okay, well, right there. That's fine. He punched himself, jammed the thing. He probably got it when he popped the pack on his head. This sucked. That segment sucked. So everybody that says we never criticize WWE, are you happy now? Because we're getting into it. It was
buckle up. Buckle up. Go ahead.
Back
women's
to the
match.
Back to
3-way.
They are selling Jade Cargill like a superwoman. That's what they're doing. And
they called them both superheroes in the beginning, Michael Cole did.
Yes. She did the sack of shit slam with 2 people. One of them was on her back and she gave the Samoan drop. And the other girl she gave the old razor's toss. A lot of people call it the sack of shit slam. I've heard it referenced to that before. Because you just take them and throw them like a sack of shit over your head.
Around the magic windows, you've heard it referenced.
Yes, well, outside of here too. The whole thing with Jade coming over the top rope and falling on her face. This is why if you're a baby face and that shit happens, dude, it's a bad look. If you're a heel, you could get by with it because they'll just laugh at you, be like, look at you, you're an idiot. If you're a face, that's hard to recover from, man. That's hard to come back from. Now, she got up and recovered pretty quick. I was proud of her for that. Mm-hmm. But as this thing went on, just
she worked a tough match. More than what she usually does, dude. She worked more today than I've ever seen her work in a match before.
Here's my question to you, though. And this is what I'm starting to notice with Jade Cargill.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing looks easy. Everything looks like she's got to rehearse it and get it down. And it's been mentally practiced. And if it doesn't go right that way, she cannot move on the fly and get it right. She can't, which is the same shit we saw in AEW. They've been able to protect her, keeping her with Bianca Belair. And I hope she gets over and she figures it out. Because Bianca, you can tell, is a natural talent. She gets the wrestling business. She gets it going, right? She understands what's going on.
Did you? Speaking of Bianca Belair, not to interrupt you, I saw a picture of her when she was first signed in the Next in Line program in NXT. And she was twice the size of what she is now. She was like big and stocky, man. I mean, you wouldn't even recognize her.
Probably because she had to get off the gas, and now she's more natural. Did she look like she was on the gas when you saw that picture?
Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
No, she looked like she had the body type of I hate to say it, Nyla Rose from AEW. If you've seen her, I'm sure.
Yes.
And she was that stocky, like almost Samoanish. I did a double take. Is that another Samoan come up? Oh, Bianca Belair training NIL program NXT. I saw at the bottom of the caption. I saw that picture on Facebook, by the way. I didn't save it. I should have saved it. But go ahead, Don.
No need to apologize. The Cargill had another spot in this match where she was in a submission. And the girl's got her here, and you see her do this. And it looks like she's
tapping out.
It looked like she tapped out. Right? It looked like she tapped out. What the fuck are you doing?
Didn't have the full hand out extended.
No.
Like she's knocking on the door, knocking on the girl's arm.
I didn't understand this at all. I don't know if that was supposed to happen or she was giving her a little signal like, hey, bitch, you're really choking me here. I don't know what that was. It didn't make any sense to me.
Most of the women she wrestled in AEW, in her defense, had just a scooch more training in the ring than what she had. And none of them could call a match. They got to be guided through a match by somebody. And she was being guided through those matches by that person. So that's how she learned how to wrestle. And now she's getting a crash course in this shit. So she is deep in it. She is knee deep in it. And hopefully she can navigate her way through. She's not doing bad, but they're protecting her, like you said, Don, in tag team matches.
I wasn't overly impressed with this. It didn't embarrass me. There were moments in this match that I thought were great when they had Bianca and Jade on the ropes. I thought they had some really good spots. I thought they entertained me for the most part. I wasn't embarrassed by it until it got to some of the botches that happened throughout this show, not just the women. Botch galore. I swear I think every match had a bad botch at some point in time.
Yeah.
At least it felt like that to me.
And some of these matches, just in the psychology of the matches, let's go back to the Cody Rhodes match. If you're in you might as well consider an I Quit match a death match. You're going to beat the piss out of the guy that you're up against until he says, I quit. Are you going to do a Cody cutter off the middle rope? Or are you just going to throw the guy on the ground, get him in a chokehold, or just kick the ever-loving crap out of him? Or why wouldn't you just do that instead of the Cody cutter, the disaster kick, which never hits? He whiffed that once or twice in this match.
Yes. It just felt like they could have just had a good match, go around the arena, beat the shit out of each other, finish it back up in the middle of the ring.
Right.
You've got him pinned. It could have gone better. This match, however, had a finish I couldn't believe coming. It was kind of crazy. Did you see the superplex that Belair gave Zoe Stark?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what happened?
No, I saw Zoe Stark hit the ground, and she sold it like she was shot in the back with a 12 gauge.
Zoe Stark had to correct Belair because she had her head the wrong way. And she had to fix it and bring her back around and say, no. Here's how we do this move off of this thing. I've done 100 times. And off they went. Then, Jade and
Baszler.
Belair. Yeah. Jade and Belair got into the move. They did their duo move where she does the big backflip. Out of nowhere, in comes a Scottish girl, suplexes Jade out of the way. 1, 2, 3, they steal the win. I thought that was creative. I was not unhappy with it because I didn't see it coming. Finally, something I didn't see coming happened. So the problem is, and this is a big problem, this was the only thing I didn't see coming. And that's where you're starting to lose me as a wrestling fan. Maybe I've just been watching this shit too damn long. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe I've been watching wrestling too long and you can't really surprise me anymore. This one got me. I was like, oh shit, okay, they're going to give the home crowd girls the win. That's kind of interesting. Is this going to set up a rematch at SummerSlam or just next month at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view? That's sort of where I was thinking.
Next Friday on SmackDown, probably.
Oh, God. If it comes to that, dude, that's not a good sign. Thank you all for watching on a Saturday afternoon. We appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. I should say it's Saturday evening. Hit that notifications button. We're at 800 subs. The march to 1,000 continues. That sub means the world to us. It helps us out a lot. We do appreciate it. Super chats are open. I was at a concert last night, as you can imagine, and you can tell from the show. So my voice is it's hanging on the ragged edge, baby. The ragged edge, you know what I'm saying? I need to reach out there and give me some love.
I think it's time for one of these, Don.
The hell was that? Was that a did you just have a pizza roll, bitch?
No, not a pizza roll, Don.
What was it?
It was pineapple habanero flavored. A gummy, Don.
What? Oh,
A
shit.
gummy. Just a gummy bear. That's all, guys. Just a gummy bear. Nothing fancy.
All right. Then we get to
Oh,
Chad and Sami Zayn spots.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second.
All right.
You know, Alba Fire, the red-haired girl, and that Scottish girl tag team, her mother died in Orlando a little over 3 weeks ago. She got hit by a car. She got run over. And 4 days ago, I saw on Twitter that they have a GoFundMe to get her mother's body transferred from Florida back to Scotland for a proper internment. And her father was there at the crowd. I saw him, probably her sister, a bunch of other relatives, or her mother's sister, her aunt was there. And yes. I don't have a rundown of who the relatives were that she was hugging and kissing after she won the belt. But good for her. I'm glad they gave it to her. I don't know if it was a spur of the moment thing, but and who knows? Maybe Bianca and Jade said, "Listen, that girl's mama died, and we're going to give her this moment. We'll give her the moment she deserves. She's a hell of a wrestler. She was the #1 female wrestler in Great Britain as Kay Lee Ray. That was her name. And I know you never heard of her before, but all I'm saying is she's a ring technician. If you get the other one, Isla Dawn, then not so good. But go ahead, Don.
This next match with Chad and Sami, I like Chad Gable. I enjoy Chad Gable's matches. The shit going on with his outside connections is just taking too long now to get to it. I like Otis, okay? But the overselling of, shouldn't I? This was a Grady Diddler segment if I ever saw it with this shit.
Grady Diddler segment. It makes you think Otis has some sort of learning disability. That's what it makes you think. It makes you think he's got Down syndrome in some way. Because, I mean, obviously that's a girl that he's attracted to, is laying on the ground. And Chad abused her. And you figured that would be the impetus for Otis to clothesline that little bastard's head right off. So it lands in the front row.
The more this match went on, the more I noticed her. Okay. The more I noticed her. Maxine Dupree, right? I know her name now. Believe you me,
yes.
Mal.
Yeah.
I said, this bitch is out here in a 7-inch heel, as in singular, a moon boot. She's got a chinchilla hat on with a big ass gold chain, and she looks like if you pluck her with a pen in the face, she's gonna pop and fly away out of the arena. And what the hell is going on with this group? Good God, what a look.
What's gonna be, Don? What's gonna be the thing that throws Otis over the edge to clothesline Chad Gable's head into the front row? What's it gonna be? And if he does that, he's the most over face of the company on Raw. On Raw.
Here's what I do know. I expected more out of Sami Zayn and Chad than this shit. And this didn't.
I didn't. They should have changed hands. The belt should have changed hands.
I didn't like anything about this. The one thing that really pissed me off was outside of the constantly getting the outside group interactive with them, constantly engaging Otis and her. The constant nonsense with this. Here's the belt, hit him with it. And she's like, oh, but I can't. No, she's like, don't. This is the shit I can't stand. Either have the son of a bitch become an enraged monster or don't. But the pitter-patter shit is I can't stand it anymore, and it's starting to get go-away heat with me. The other part is they had a spot in this match where Sami Zayn and Chad Gable did grab ass, where they went around each other 5 times. This is the shit I can't stand in wrestling. It's unreal. It's complete garbage. It's grab ass. I hated everything about this spot. This shit was horrible. Take that move, whatever that move is, and shoot it by my tree. I'll watch you and help you bury it. It sucked. It just sucked Everything about this I hated. And I like Chad Gable. And he and Sami Zayn could have put a good match on. Again, this was overproduced to no end, man.
I like the fact that Otis was involved. Otis is my guy. Otis is one of the most over guys on Raw when shit goes down and everyone turns to Otis to see how he's going to react to it. And when he finally pops, it's going to be the pop that's heard around the world when he finally pops on Chad Gable. Chad Gable's doing a hell of a job. Exemplary work as a slimy, chicken shit heel to Otis, but he's not a chicken shit heel to his opponents. But he's scared of Otis deep down inside. So, what can you do?
And
it's what's going to happen. And they're foreshadowing all this. The Creed brothers and Ivy Nile, I predict, will be facing Tozawa and Otis and Maxine Dupree. And there's going to be a mixed tag match. And Gable's going to come out with Otis and company. He's going to leave with Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers.
I don't think so. Here's what I think.
They're going to turn heel. Nope. What do you got? Nope. What do you got?
Uncle Howdy's, and the chat reminded me, Uncle Howdy keeps showing up on these segments specifically now. And it did again tonight.
Wait. The Chad Gable segments?
Yep.
Interesting.
I've been noticing a trend on that. The last couple of weeks, I've been like, was that the same segment, same spot again? And it was. And it's starting to feel like they're going to come back and jump on Sami Zayn, and then you're going to have the Otis Chad Gable thing take off after this is what's going to happen. And that might be either your, I don't know. They're obviously going to be in, I think, the ladder match, and I think they're going to have their blow off at SummerSlam. Is how I think this is going to go down. That's how I think it's going to go down myself.
You think it's going to be that long? When's SummerSlam? August?
The first Saturday in August this year.
Okay, so that's not that far away.
No, it's not. Well, the next PLE, I believe, is like 3 weeks away. It's July 5th or July 6th. I couldn't remember, but it's
so. What are we, like a month and a half away from SummerSlam?
Roughly, yeah. Yeah.
SummerSlam is going to be big because TKO loves SummerSlam for some reason, and they would have invested a lot of money into SummerSlam to the point of what in 2025 making it 2 days, 2 nights.
Yes. Well, I know why, and I can tell you why from a ticket buying perspective, as far as if you're going to go on vacation or go somewhere in the summer.
Right.
It's indoors. It's air conditioned. By August, you've had enough of the goddamn heat. I've had enough of 98, no breeze, and sitting out here and sweating for no reason with 70% humidity, watching literally moss grow in my crotch because I can't stop the damn the leakage that's coming out of my pores from happening. Where I've got to hose down every 30 seconds to get the sweat and the mildew off of me. Welcome to the South. Is that the jalapeno kicking in or the moss coming up?
That's that something oozing out of you and the urine and whatever. Good Lord.
You're from Baltimore. You don't know what shit about humidity is. You're just now starting to get into it.
It was humid in Maryland. It was humid in Maryland. Right now, it's a balmy 91 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's nice right there, pal. That'll get you. Out next, of course, was Bayley and Piper.
Bayley and Piper.
I want to know what you thought of this match.
The stink of jobberdom is all over Piper Niven. She always loses. She never wins a match. Same thing with Chelsea Green. The stink of jabroniism is all over these two. So why would I think that she's going to win at this show? Hometown? Possibly. Bayley losing? No. Bayley's going to lose to a bigger name than Piper Niven. I'm sorry. The tag titles, the women's tag titles, you can tell they sort of care about them, but they don't. They let Alba Fire and Isla Dawn get the tag titles. But Piper Niven didn't have a shot at winning. Look, she seems like a nice person in real life. Great girl. Powerhouse.
So that's what you think. Okay, here's what I wrote about this.
You weren't even listening to what I was saying.
I am listening.
RedTube.com on your phone? What the hell are you doing?
I'm listening to what you're saying. I was looking at
I'm
my
not
notes.
done. I'm not
comparing to what you said.
I'm not done saying.
I'm comparing your notes. I'm comparing what you thought to my notes.
Oh, I just stopped talking because you weren't paying attention. I thought it was being.
I am. No, I'm listening. Because that's what I said. I'm paying attention. I just think we have very different views on this match now, and I didn't think we would.
Yeah. I'm just responding to hashtag less bottles. That's all. Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, with this whole thing, it was like a SmackDown match, but too long. That's what it was like. Okay. It could have been a 5-minute SmackDown match, and it would have been over and done with, because you're used to seeing Piper Niven in 5-minute SmackDown or Raw matches tagging up with Chelsea Green. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. She needs to go out on her own, have matches where they build her up, have her wrestle female jobbers. They should have done this before they moved her up to challenging Bayley for a belt. That's what they should have done. You got to tell the story first, that she's a killer, because no one's going to believe it.
And that's what you think, huh, pal?
That's what I think, pal. What do you think?
I don't know if it was the previous matches in this show that did it or what made me have this opinion. But I wrote, this match had no reason to be as good as it was. I thought it was a good match. I thought they sold. I thought that Piper Niven coming off the apron onto Bayley. This is what I wrote down. Bayley said, "Fuck that, you're eating this spot, honey." And she came down to her outside of the mat like, no. We're not doing this fake horse shit like the guys have done all night. We're not getting fake blood. If one of us is getting busted open, it's going to be the hard way. Because when she came off that apron, son, she rolled right on her ass. There was no way that was a potato as far as wrestling moves go. She didn't come out there and be reckless with it, but it was, you're gonna catch this move. It's gonna happen.
I got you. I didn't you know how I always talk up Bayley. I always talk up Bayley. When you're talking about, I don't know what she's got going on, pal. She looks like she's got 2 strange bulldogs in her jeans. She's coming out to the ring. I don't know what's going on.
That's your words. But also noted here, Bayley looks like she's been hitting the gym again. Like she looked really back in shape again. Like I noticed that. You could see her abs were coming back in. She's clearly taking this seriously, and she's trying to get back in great shape.
SummerSlam, will she still be the women's champ?
Yes. And I think she drops it then.
Okay. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, SummerSlam, will they still be the women's tag champs?
No, they will not.
Cody Rhodes, SummerSlam, will he walk out as the Universal Champ?
He will still have the title.
Damian Priest
will not have the title when it's over.
Right. We both agree on that.
Yes.
Okay.
The U.S. title.
Oh, U.S. title. Will Logan Paul still have the U.S. title at SummerSlam, or will he lose it there?
He will retain.
That's a strong prediction, Don. That's a strong prediction.
I know, but when you've got the guy, whether you like him or not, but he's interviewing the ex-president with your U.S. title, it's getting eyes on your product, whether you watch it or not. I'm just saying.
That's why they hired him, and he loves it. He said he's going to stop boxing, and no more boxing matches for him. He's going to beat people up in the wrestling ring. That's what he said. So I wouldn't be surprised if they actually put the heavyweight championship from SmackDown or one of these rosters on Logan Paul.
No, he's already got the U.S. title. That's as far as that shit's going.
I wouldn't say that.
That's as far as that's going. That's where it is. That's where it's staying. We still got to get through this show that we're talking about now before we get into that, because I want to get into that in a minute.
Go ahead.
Have you seen this Fanatics Fest that they're doing in New York City? They've advertised the last couple of weeks on this thing. This looks like a big damn deal, man. Like this looks like a huge
Comic-Con
deal.
Yeah. It's a fancy Comic-Con sports festival. Sports memorabilia. Yeah.
But it looks like it's dedicated for just WWE from what I'm looking at. It's their own private event from what I can tell.
Well, Fanatics has the WWE as a client. They're doing all the merchandise.
Yes, I get that.
Now.
Yes.
But they're actually going to have the other companies they do merchandise for there too, which I have no idea who they are. Maybe somebody in the chat can say that. So,
by the way, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Super chats are open. If you've got something to say about the show, let us know. I'm excited to see what this is. I wish I could go up there and watch it just to see what the hell this thing's all about, because they've been pimping this out now like a prostitute the last couple of shows that I've watched. Like, it's everywhere. You can't get away from this right now. They're showing all the big stars, present and past big stars are going to be there. So I'd be curious how this goes down. And then they did the did you see they announced the next the next Saudi Arabia show during this match or during this show?
I didn't see that, Dot. I might have been out urinating.
They advertised the Crown Jewel will be in November. So that's coming back.
The Crown Jewel. In November.
That's what they said. Like November 7th, I want to say was the date.
That could be enough time for Dwayne Johnson to come back.
There is not a chance in hell you're going to see Dwayne Johnson in Saudi Arabia.
You don't think so?
Pigeons will fly out of my ass first.
Like Matt Riddle?
Exactly. You will see me come out on a goddamn scooter. Pigeons will fly out of my ass. And then out of nowhere, The Rock will rock bottom somebody in the middle of a Saudi show. It'll never happen.
And your flip-flops will fly across the backyard there. You'll kick one right through the magic window.
I will. But no, that is definitely not happening. So I'm looking forward to that. Then we finally get to the main event, the meat potatoes. Here we go. Can't wait. Drew McIntyre at home
like
in Scotland.
Like a beast.
Looking like $1 million against Damian Priest.
With his wife in the hospital, I might add.
Oh, is really? I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? He had a K on his wrist. Michael Cole said it on his left wristband. He had a K written on there. That's his wife's first initial. I saw her name yesterday. I forgot what it was. She's in the United States where they live. Had emergency surgery over the last 3 days.
I heard them talking about something on it. I was busy getting drinks and getting ready to watch this. I did not catch the whole thing. So, damn, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Prayers and well wishes. I hope they get
so as you're making a wild turkey 101 and water, you're saying fuck Drew McIntyre's wife.
No, I definitely would not say that. I would want no ill will on Drew McIntyre.
But we're just kidding, folks. WWE, we're just kidding.
But I do want to say this.
Yes, sir.
I was right again on how this was going to end. But I've got a problem with how this thing ended. We're going to get to it. This was a hard-hitting match. I enjoyed the shit out of this. This match, to me, was the best match on the card. It had a couple of oh shit moments, like where Drew McIntyre got up and gave him the old school FU, and Damian Priest just goes, "Oh, what the hell?" I was like, "What are you doing, man?"
He's selling the FU.
I know, man. Like, what the hell was that? And I even said then, what are you guys have gone all night and had at least one botch, a big botch that was plain as day in every match. And now you've got the heavyweight guys going at it, and even they can't not trip over their own dicks. Just stop making everything so complicated. It doesn't need to be this way and overproduced. The part of the match that got everybody's attention, that everybody's talking about, everybody's screaming as a botch, was when Damian Priest was coming over the top rope to give some sort of a flying knee to the face bullshit, rabble-lamma, whatever it's called, and got caught in the ropes and flipped over. Drew sort of half caught him and half sort of went down, and I don't know if that was a botch or if that was supposed to look like. Because whatever it was, Drew didn't wait too long to get up and start hitting the shit out of him. So if it was a little misstep and a little botch spot, they covered their ass pretty quick at this moment. I was impressed with that. Like, that was pretty good. Also, Damian Priest.
Hang on a second. What's the status of his leg?
Oh, I think he was just selling.
You think he was just selling? You don't think his ankle or is really jacked up? I saw the after show, the post show. And it was unnotable for anything except for the fact that he said his ankle's trash. And CM Punk said CM Punk brought donuts.
He brought pastries. No, he brought pastries.
No, it was donuts, he said. Anybody want a donut? Okay. Anybody want a donut? They're good. He said, what's the difference between WWE when you were here before and now? He goes, they got donuts and catering. He starts smiling. And then he went into a more involved explanation after that. But okay. But I got a little something to say about the post show too. But go ahead.
Okay. Again, if it was a botch spot, they really covered it fast. This match hit like $1 million. The Razor's Edge, look, here it is. If anybody's ever done the Razor's Edge to a friend, yeah, trust me, I've done it. I think a lot of people have. You're by the pool. You want to give the Razor's Edge off the damn diving board. Let me tell you something. When you're picking up a 180-pound grown man and you're doing it this way, it's a lot of weight. And you could jack your shoulders up. So I can't imagine doing it to 260-pound men, which is why they do it now off the ropes to make sure their shoulders don't dislocate it, because that's a hell of a way to dislocate your shoulders. Thinking back in the day how Razor Ramon did it to some of the big bastards is incredible how he was able to do that shit. That's just phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Ligament strength, yeah. People
sleep on how big of a guy Scott Hall was. That son of a bitch was a monster. Razor Ramon, Scott Hall was a big-ass guy.
Mm-hmm.
This match...
BAG.
Big-ass guy.
New term now. We're going to use BAG.
My son, God bless him, was sitting there the whole time. Drew McIntyre's winning this match, Dad. Drew McIntyre's winning this match. You're wrong about CM Punk. You think I don't know what you said about CM Punk? You're wrong about CM Punk. I said, okay, just watch.
Yep.
Watch, son.
The innocence of children. The innocence of children, Don.
I know. I said, you just keep watching, son. They did a hurricanrana. Have a corona off the top rope, these two big bastards. And the only problem I had with this was they went right into a no-sell moment where Drew was up and gave him a Claymore kick right away. Why, guys? Sell it for a minute. Both of you lay there. Go for the pin then. Anything. Just don't get up and kick the shit out of him.
In all deference to the wrestlers, they are getting time cues from the referee who's walking over and telling them 5 more minutes. So they got to get all the shit in that's planned to the finish, the story. They got to get all that in. Oh, you only got 11 minutes left. Hunter said finished. Hunter said go to fuck home.
They broke the barrier outside. Then you get the ref bump spot. And I said, oh, shit, here we go.
He went down like a sack of shit.
Yes, he did. And I said, here we go. You know what's coming. Buckle in. Here we go. And it did not disappoint. Drew gets his big finish in. The Claymore kick again. He's down. The crowd's counting to like 11. And you see a ref flying up the side of the ramp. And you know exactly when I saw it, Bottles, I said, here comes CM Punk. And you know how I knew it was CM Punk?
The slick back hair.
Because he was actually fast when he was running to the ring. If it was a regular ref, he'd have taken forever. That would have been the slowest jog in history.
Gotcha.
They shot it so that you couldn't see his face at first. The crowd obviously could. They were sort of reacting. Then it goes to his face, and the crowd erupts because the cheap seats couldn't see it. And he just says, you got him for 2, and I'm not doing nothing else.
And then he did this. He got his shoulder up.
Then he kicked the shit out of Drew in the nuts. The ref gets up. Here comes the South of Heaven chokeslam. Game over. And that's it. I've been saying it for months that CM Punk was going to come out here in his homecoming and screw him out of his championship. I've been saying it for months, and here's why I keep saying it. These two guys have such a good rivalry, they don't need a title. It's good enough. This story they're telling where he keeps screwing this guy over and over again is enough on its own. And that's when you know you're doing a good story. Here's my issue with what they did. Mm-hmm. Why is CM Punk coming out in a goddamn referee shirt and running into the ring and getting a 2 count?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Go ahead.
On WWE.com, they put a little video up of CM Punk in a production room. And he saw what was going on. He had a headset on. He took his headset off and he's walking out of the room real quick. And right there is the female referee, the white, dirty blonde haired female referee. You know who I'm talking about. I forgot her name.
Time out. Was this what they showed after the show?
They showed it after the show on WWE.com. It's how it happened. And he's standing there going, he's pulling on her shirt. You got another one of these? She goes, yeah, hang on. And she hands him the referee shirt. And he's putting it on, walking through the curtain through Gorilla and going out to the ring running. That's how it happened. She had one right nearby. Jessica, yes. She used to be a wrestler.
Okay, fine. That's fine. I don't care. I didn't like
that's what happened.
Okay.
It should have been on TV. But then again, they would have spoiled it. It would have spoiled it for everybody. The surprise.
You want to know what you could do with this spot? Honestly?
What?
They're having the match. It looks like Drew McIntyre's got him. You don't even need to have the music. You just have CM Punk slowly walking to the ring. Nobody's noticing. The crowd notices. No one else does. And when he gets there, he looks at his wrist and does the thing and goes, it's clobbering time. That's going to get his attention. That's when he gets the screw job, and he just turns and walks out. That's all you needed. It didn't need to be this over elaborate thinking process.
You had to have Drew McIntyre incapacitated. You had to have that kick to the nuts to lead to the South of Heaven chokeslam. That's what you needed.
A shot to the back of the head followed by a South of Heaven because he's distracted would have done the job. I thought it was overthought to put him in a referee shirt. I didn't like it. I didn't like it because you have to know what the hell happened now. So if they're going to tell the story on Monday night that this is what happened, that's fine. But in the moment when you're watching this live, it doesn't make sense as a fan. Why the fuck does CM Punk have a referee shirt on, and why is he coming to the ring to count? None of these things made any sense to me because I didn't watch that shit. I said, I knew he was going to get involved. There were so many better ways. And I didn't want him to come out from under the ring. I just thought him walking out with no music because everybody comes out to music now. If you notice, by the way, the Bloodline didn't come out with music. They just came out and kicked the shit out of Cody Rhodes.
That's the way it should be. If you're trying to save somebody in the ring, if you're trying to waylay somebody, you're not going to play your music and tip everybody off. But the way it was all set up, the way it went down, and Michael Cole said, basically he said, I can't remember his exact verbiage, but he said basically Monday Night Raw is going to be off the charts. And there was a video on Twitter from WWE.com of Drew McIntyre throwing referees around outside the ring. Like he's pissed off. He's going to kill somebody. So it's going to be a reign of terror by Drew McIntyre on Monday Night Raw. Great foreshadowing there.
I hope so. I hope so because he's got every right to be pissed off.
Yes.
I didn't overly enjoy this show, and I hate to say that. I didn't. The first 3 matches were just either bad or below average. The Bayley match was good. This match was good and had a great finish because, well, not a great finish, but a great surprise because that just tells me, look, here we go. CM Punk and Drew are going to have each other's ass here come SummerSlam. You know that's a SummerSlam match you're going to get. You know that's what's coming.
And when that happens, it's going to break box office records. If I had to pay, like going back to the old days, $60 for this pay-per-view, I would have been pissed off. I would have been pissed if I spent that kind of money on this show. The $6 I'm paying for Peacock a month, it was worth it because you're going to get some other content. But it was the commentary team was on point. They were fantastic.
Yes, good call.
Very good. The production values, exemplary as always. But it felt like the first 3 matches felt like I'm watching a overproduced episode of Monday Night Raw.
That's a good way to put it. With one title change is what it was.
With one title change. With one title change. Yes. I thought that maybe they would give the belt to Drew. And then something bad would happen where, I don't know, he would get hurt by CM Punk and they wouldn't be able to defend it. Then he would have to be abdicating the belt in Raw or a week from now or whatever. I thought maybe something like that might happen just to F the guy even more. But they did a great job of effing him tonight. It wasn't even a 3. It wasn't even a 3-way.
But I felt like it could have been done better. I'm just saying. Like you could have fucked him better than that. Just saying.
Yes.
You could take that for the way it's said. I don't care.
You could have fucked her better than that, pal. You sound like a porn director.
I'd say I knew you were going to go there. I said, you
Nope, you could have fucked it better than that. Come on, let's take a break, half-hour break, lube her up. We'll start over.
Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, guys and gals. We do have some female people that watch the show. We appreciate you. Super chats are open. Bottles, I know you said you've got a couple things you want to talk about before we head to the house. People get some dinner on them, go out with their lovely ladies and or man. Perhaps snuggle up on the couch and Netflix and chill, as the kids say today.
As the kids say. Talking about SmackDown. SmackDown was very uneventful last night, except for the the more drama coming from the bloodline storyline between Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa. He had a match with Kevin Owens, and Paul Heyman was just letting him know he's got to win the match according to orders from the tribal chief, blah, blah, blah. And Solo Sikoa looked at him and said, Paul, why? And he said, wise man, if I don't win this match, I'm coming after you. And Paul Heyman had that look like he always has, like he defecated in his big, oversized blue suit. That's the only thing you need to see from SmackDown. SmackDown was a forgettable show. It was nothing. The talent that wasn't on this show, they threw on SmackDown to give them something to do.
But it's always that way. They've got to get away from this, man. They've got to stop doing this god-awful throwaway night before we have a PLE show and just shit canning it. They got to do better than that. They've got to give me a reason to watch this show. Because like I said, my wife goes, well, you already caught up on SmackDown. I said, no, I don't need to anymore. Because they're not going to do anything memorable on it. Because they're not going to risk hurting anybody, which I get that. But there's other ways you could be creative with this shit.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
That's just me.
Absolutely. I mean, they had a little thing when they're about AJ and Cody, and that's all forgettable bullshit. They had Nia Jax versus Michin, who never wins a match. I mean, that was the quality of the show. And the biggest babyface they have on the show, outside of Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, they're doing absolutely bupkis with nothing. He's just doodling around with Logan Paul.
Well, he's chasing him down. It's the chase right now.
It's just, how about a beatdown? Get a little heat somewhere along the lines here. I was out of town and I come back and LA Knight's swimming in my pool.
Is that what they did?
That's what they did. Senior Logan, there's a baby Ruth bar floating in the pool.
Oh, God.
That ain't a baby Ruth bar. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going back to, bad comedy, I guess. Come on, man. Do something with LA Knight. He deserves better than that. He deserves better than that.
He does. It's terrible.
Bottles, that's all I got for tonight, man. I want to thank everybody for showing up, liking and subscribing. Give that thumbs up on your old like bar. Hit the notifications button. We're going to be back next week sometime. We got to figure out when. That's the next thing we got to figure out. WWE, you let me down. You let me down. I didn't like what I saw tonight as a fan. I thought you guys were lazy. Well, I don't know if I would say lazy. You outthought yourself. You got to do better than that. Be a fan every once in a while and figure out we don't need 15 damn spots with a show like this. Sometimes just have a good show to have a good show. So,
Don, let me ask you this question. What's next for Cody Rhodes between now and SummerSlam? We've got Money in the Bank next month.
Yeah. Maybe that's the PLE he doesn't defend the title on because they start getting the build up for the next big, PLE. That's right. That's my thought process. He doesn't have to defend it at the Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank is a big enough deal on its own that's a big damn deal now. That's two matches that you're going to have is the women's and the men's Money in the Bank, right? So you're only going to have 3 or 4 matches. Hopefully they'll do 4 and not have these 25-minute marathon matches anymore and tell a good story.
With those 2 matches, that's going to take up at least 90 minutes of a show.
Do you want to know what I would do with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk if you're going to put CM Punk in the Money in the Bank match?
Now what?
I'd have them fight completely off the set to where they wouldn't even be in the damn thing anymore. They'd fight to the back, fight into the damn garage area. The police got to come and break it up because it's too brutal. It's no longer inside the building, and now it's assault.
That's amazing. And he said, well, you didn't see the post show. He said that he's not going to be at Monday Night Raw because he's flying back to Chicago to visit his doctor as one last precaution to get cleared. He says he's pretty much cleared now.
Right.
He's got to go back to his doctor, his PCP, to get cleared. And then after that, he says, I think I'm letting too much out of the bag right now. Am I letting too much out of the bag? He started laughing. Meaning we're not supposed to know that yet, but he's the next time you see him in a ring, he's going to be fighting. So
I'm just saying, to me, that makes the most sense. They get entered into this damn thing because it's normally 8 guys go into the Money in the Bank. match, usually, like it's 4-on-4. So they get out in the parking lot, and now it's assault. Now, okay, we've got to arrest you both because you've taken it so far. It's such a damn extreme that you guys have gone to. So now you've got these 6 guys in here fighting for it. Chad Gable's in there. You've got your favorite guy. They finally have a blow-up moment. So they have their SummerSlam matches. Will you stop?
Good Lord, dude.
Otis. Thank you, Otis.
Oh, Otis.
Otis. Yes. Otis and Chad Gable have their spot on the ladder where they're both trying to reach for it. They start hitting on each other. That leads to their SummerSlam match. You know who's going to win the Money in the Bank. You and I both know it. I'm calling it now.
Go ahead, call. CM
Did
Punk.
you eat yet? Did you eat yet?
Jeet yet?
Yeah. That's who's going to win Money in the Bank.
Who?
Yeet.
Yeet? Oh, for
Come on, you didn't get that? Did you eat yet?
Till next week, Gordon's only saying.
That's it. Please, no. Not that. No, anything but that. Anything but
dude,
that.
He's winning that briefcase, dude. He's winning that briefcase. You are about to see him go on a run. And for everybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, who are we talking about here?
Jey Uso.
Jey Uso is about to go on a run. And he's going to win, win, win. All I do is win, win, win. And that's what he's going to do all the way to Money in the Bank. I'm calling it right now.
It's going to be garbage.
Okay. He's going to win.
Be a push. That push will be just like Chainsaw Charlie and Mick Foley going over in that dumpster off the stage on Raw years ago, courtesy of the New Age Outlaws.
It put the New Age Outlaws over, buddy.
It did. But hopefully Jey Uso will be in a dumpster like that.
And here's the thing, though.
He's the song, the entrance is over. The promos are the shits. The in-ring work, punch, super kick, stinger splash, punch, super kick, stinger slash, and jump off the top rope. Superfly splash. That's it. That's it. Or am I preaching to the choir, Don?
My eyes hurt from being in the sunlight so much the last 2 days, and I'm laughing at your silly ass. I look like I had an edible right now.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen at Money in the Bank. Whoever else is in this damn thing, he's winning that thing, dude. And don't be surprised if Jimmy Uso gets involved and helps him win it.
When's Roman coming back? See that picture of Roman on Twitter?
I did not.
He's jacked to the gills. Some guy recognized him and he stopped and took a picture with the guy, and he's Roman Reigns, but jacked.
If I had to guess, I'd say he reappears at SummerSlam.
How about The Rock when you foresee him coming back?
Royal Rumble at the earliest.
Yeah.
If at all.
Oh, he's coming back.
If at all. That surgery is going to, dude, he's going to have surgery on that arm.
Bursa sac. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He said he had a torn bursa sac. So he'll probably get a drain, see what happens. Who knows? But
earliest
he's probably looking at WrestleMania 41. Challenge Cody for the belt.
Well, that's what he wants. I don't want that. You don't want that. It needs to be something else.
Bloodline War. That's what it should be.
That's what it should be. And that's what it should be.
Survivor Series. Yep.
Nope, because he won't be back. Because he won't be back yet.
He can appear. He wouldn't have to wrestle.
That's all I've got, Johnny. I thank you guys for showing up tonight. We appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and boot, scoot, and boogie my ass to the couch. Watch me a little Beverly Hills Cop, I think, or The Boys. The Boys has returned on Amazon. It's the last season for my favorite show. Yes. The first 3 episodes are out.
Sure.
Take us home, Moms.
You know who used to love the Axel Foley theme from Beverly Hills Cop 1?
Will you stop?
He used to love it.
Oh, my God.
When he was canoodling with Lalani Kai.
You know, you're going to go to hell for lying. You could go to hell for lying.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.